Hi, this is Marnie Marcus and Sue Painter back with the online business reality show, or Marnie and Sue's Peep Show, where we pull back the curtains on our lives and businesses and show you what's happening online with business. So, hey Sue, how you doing?
I'm jealous.
Jealous?
You got to say a new last name. I still have the same old last name I've had for all these many years.
That's my first attempt to actually say that. I don't think I've said it out loud yet. So that's
Really?
live here first on Marnie and Sue's Peep Show.
That's right. So in case everyone doesn't know, Marnie got married on Friday, right?
Yep, right.
So almost a week ago. You've almost been married a whole week.
Wow.
And I didn't get to go to Chattanooga to the wedding. Thought I was going to be able to, but as it turned out, we had company. So I missed the big shindig, but I know it was lovely. And now we have Marnie Marcus instead of Marnie Pearson. Marnie Marcus sounds like a movie star to me.
Oh, what can I say?
Now to keep up, I've got to change my last name. Maybe I'll go back to my maiden name. I used it for a long time after Bill and I were married anyway.
Hawkins, you said, right?
Yeah, Hawkins. Yeah.
Cool.
So maybe I'll go back to Hawkins. So at any rate, so are we talking wedding today, or what are we talking, Marnie?
I don't know, whatever you want. You can pick my brain, or we can.
Well, I won't ask any embarrassing honeymoon questions, but I do hope you guys had a good time. And you were in my old stomping grounds up around Smoky Mountain National Park, where Bill and I used to spend a lot of time when we lived in Knoxville. So,
yeah.
So today, I thought we might talk a little bit about technology, and I had an interesting conversation. I've been talking to a couple of people lately who were like, you know, what used to work online really easily isn't working so well anymore, and everybody is kind of waiting for the shoe to drop, you know, waiting to see what is going to be the thing that will. So consequently, when new technology comes out, everybody kind of rushes like a lemming to the sea over to the new thing. And so I was wrapping my arms around Periscope, which I was actually having a lot of fun with. And now, lo and behold, not even 2 weeks later, people are all now talking about Blab. However, I read this morning that Periscope is secretly working a deal to be part of Apple TV. And if that happens when you're on Periscope, you could then actually be on the big screen, not just the little screen on your phone. So that would really change things. Of course, Blab could be working on that too. So it seems like, to me, it's like a fight to the death between Blab and Periscope. And it's funny because I see people on Periscope advertising what they're going to do on Blab. And I see people on Blab advertising what they're fixing to do on Periscope. So it's crazy. It's like craziness right now.
So are they basically the same thing?
No, not really, at least the way I understand it. And I am certainly no expert. But with Periscope, you know, you're talking, the camera is picking up you, or if you flip it toward you, or else what you're looking at. And that's a unit of one. That's just you. But with Blab, people can join in like they can on Periscope, and they'll show at the top of your screen. But you can actually have 4 people talking at once. So it's like you and me talking, and if we added 2 more people, where on Periscope, I think it's just onesies. I don't think that you can add other people. If you can, I don't know how. No, I've not read that you can. So in a way, Blab, I think, would sort of give Google Hangouts a run for their money, and I'm thinking that we might need to do a Peep Show that is a Blab and test it out and see how it goes. Because Google Hangouts are complicated and often don't work very well, and there's a steep learning curve where Blab is very easy to use. So kind of makes me wonder. The only thing is, on a Google Hangout, you know, you can be joined live by, well, there are 10 people total can be live in a Google Hangout where their photographs show across the bottom, and they can actually show on the big screen when they talk. The same way, Marnie, that when you and I talk, the screen wiggles back and forth between the 2 of us. And in Blab, you can only have 4 people, not 10. So that gives Google Hangouts a little bit of an edge, not to mention they're owned by Google. But so I have to think that your SEO, is going to be a little bit better with Google Hangout than it's going to be with Periscope or Blab. But still, nevertheless, Blab, people are jumping on it because it's easy. So maybe we'll try that sometime. But I don't know. What do you think about? I mean, I am kind of shell shocked. I'm like, can't learn anything more. Right now, I'm learning Edgar and I'm learning Periscope. And I've been using Social Quant for Twitter. And, I'm using all these tools. And first of all, it gets expensive to pay for all that every month. And second of all, I just can't be, if I spend all my time learning how to optimize those tools, then I'm not on the phone talking with clients. And talking with clients is how I make my income, right? So I don't know what you think about all that. I mean, I think you have to keep up to date on the one hand, but I don't think you can chase after every single little thing on the other hand either. There has to be some kind of balance.
Yeah, my general rule is to stick with what resonates with me. If it's my personality to make video, then a video tool like that would be good. Where, if somebody's just really not into video at all and they'd rather do audio, they might want to do Clamor or something instead. So,
right.
I don't think you can just do everything. You'd be constantly.
No, I don't think you can just do everything either. But I wonder sometimes, I mean, I have a lot of clients who are resistant to video, and I know that for myself, I was resistant to video for a long time. And I kind of had to get over it because the truth of the matter is video is what is giving you juice on the web right now. So, if it's something that is really going to help your business substantially, there's a difference between it doesn't make sense for you strategically and I just don't want to do it because I don't want to do video. So
that's true. That's true.
You have to kind of watch yourself.
Break through the radiance if they're scared to do video. I work on the fear of video in that. I had a lady tell me, she goes, I'm not scared to do videos anymore after I took your class. So I was like, cool.
Yeah. I don't mind it. What I don't like about it is I don't want to have to spend time getting camera ready and doing hair and makeup and all that. So one reason I enjoy the Peep show is that, I don't have to do much more than put some lipstick on and then we're ready to roll. So it's not like I'm, it's like not like a big formal video shoot with 3 or 4 cameras and a makeup artist and all that kind of stuff. And Periscope is the same way. So I don't know. So I guess we'll see what the future will bring. But I mean, podcasting is hot now too, and everybody's supposed to go have a podcast channel. Actually, I've had a podcast channel for years on iTunes, and I haven't paid much attention to it lately, but I'm starting to rev it up again. And now that I have somebody who can transcribe the videos that I make off the cuff, and then I can turn those transcriptions into blog posts and into podcasts, then I can stick all those. This week we are putting all of my podcasts that go back a couple of years now into Edgar, so that they will rotate and get visibility on social media. Because it's hard if you don't do social media advertising for them, then nobody's going to ever know they're there, because iTunes is vast and huge, just like YouTube. So unless somebody's searching for you, they're not really going to find you. So
Edgar, I mean, I just finally got approved for a 2-week.
Oh, you did?
So is it helping? I mean, I see your posts that are Edgar posts.
There are things that I like about it. There are things that I don't like about it. I like that it creates a library of your content and uses it over and over and over again. I think that to set up the schedule, there's an art to it, and they're working on some ways to improve the scheduling so that, for instance, right now, they don't allow you to shuffle your content. What you put in is last in, first out. And so I've learned then, I mean, I had my team doing things like, I had found a whole bunch of Richard Branson quotes that I liked, and so we created graphics for those, and then they loaded them in Edgar. Well, so now everybody on Instagram and Pinterest and all the other social media platforms I use are getting blasted day after day after day with Richard Branson quotes, because it's not mixing them up and pushing in other stuff. So it's going to run through that content in order. So now we've learned if we're putting up quotes by somebody, we only want to put up 2 or 3. Then we want to put something else in. Then we want to come back and put in the rest of those quotes and layer it so that you're not spewing one person for 3 solid weeks because you just put in 40 quotes by them. Now, they are supposed to be working on a shuffle feature, and they swear that is coming. But that is the one most requested feature that everybody wants, is they want to be able to shuffle their content.
I think you'd want to schedule it yourself, though. Like, okay, I want this to go out on this date because you're going to be promoting something.
Yes, you can. You can. You can do schedules, and then there's a use only once. So, like if you're promoting, let's say you're going to promote for a week, you could run those. You have 2 options. You could schedule them in that week and keep them in your content library, and then take them out when you're done. Or you could put them in one by one. Let's say you had 10 promotion posts that you wanted to go out, and you can schedule them in a category called Use Once. And when you use that Use Once category, they ask you exactly the day and time you want that to go, into which social media platform do you want it to go. And then once it has done it, it takes it away from your content library, and you don't see it again. It's just used once. So that would be the thing to do for like a promotion.
But otherwise, can you schedule things to go when you say you want to use them more than once?
Oh yeah. It rotates through. So so my suggestion for people who are just trying out Edgar is pick one category, like inspiration or quotes or funny things or whatever you want to do, and immediately get at least 40 or 50 pieces of content in that category, because it will rotate through. So if you've only got 10 quotes and you're putting out 3 quotes a day, people are going to see those same quotes every 3rd day. So you've got to have a pretty good sized library. So, and then I schedule, like I put a quote out. I'm working on the schedule, and we're tweaking it as we see how it works. We're putting out, we've created a standalone Twitter schedule that's like 5 or 6 posts a day, 24/7. And I pick them from different categories. But like right now, I'm putting videos on Edgar, and probably people are every 3 or 4 days getting the same Edgar pushed video, because I don't have all my videos uploaded in there. But like you and I really should be putting the Peep shows in Edgar, except that we really want people to sign up for them so that they'll get the replays, because for us it was a list building activity. And when we give it away without people signing up, we kind of bastardize our whole purpose for doing the Peep show to begin with. So we have to think about things like that. But yeah, we could definitely do the Peep show and put them in there if we wanted to. So I like it in a lot of ways, and I like the flexibility of it. What I don't like is you can't shuffle your content, which they say they're working on. I also don't like that Edgar does not yet post to Pinterest or to Instagram. And so I'm using Hootsuite Pro to post to Instagram, because they now have a 2-step way to pre-schedule posts for Instagram. But I'm hoping that in time, Edgar will pick those up, and then I will only have to pay for one thing instead of paying for Hootsuite Pro and paying for Edgar and, you know, all that kind of stuff. I just want a one-stop shop. And I think Edgar will become that in time. So, you know, part of it is that Instagram is very difficult to work with. They don't want remote posts. So Latergram and Hootsuite Pro that you allow you to post to Instagram, it's really a 2-step process. You set it up and you schedule it on your laptop, and then when it's time to post it, those apps ping you on your phone, and you have to open it and post it from your phone as if you're doing it all on your phone. What it does is it pre-lines it up. But you still have to post it from your phone, because Instagram will not allow, they will not share their API with anybody else. Right. So, you know, that makes it hard, because I can't sit on Instagram all day and pump photos. I need to plan out the content and line it up. So, as you do, as anybody does who's in the online world. So, I don't know. I will be interested to see if you like Edgar. I think, Marnie, you probably will, but my best suggestion is fill up one category with a lot of stuff first, instead of putting 5 or 6 little pieces in every category, because if you don't, what will happen is the stuff will get repeated too much.
Okay. All right, I'll give it a try. I haven't got in there yet.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
I like that there's I like that all of this is up in the cloud, and I guess, you know, at some point I need to get somebody to download all that stuff and save the content or back the content up. And eventually Edgar will probably have a way where you can download your content, everything that you put up there, and then you'll have it in case you decide one day not to use Edgar because it's pricey. So
what's it?
It's $49 or $59 a month, $49 a month, I think.
Oh, wow.
And I like doing an annual subscription because you save money, and they don't offer that at first. However, if you stick with them, if you join it and you pay for a month or two and they see that you're using it, they will send you an email, or at least they did me, and they will say, looks like you're really using this and it's up and running. We would like to give you the option of paying one time for the year. And if you do that, you get 10 months for the price of 12. So it's 12 months for the price of, did I say that right?
And 12 months for the price of 10.
Yes, 12 months for the price of 10. Said that backwards. And I like that. I like to save that $100. So I went ahead and did it because I know that I'll play with it for a year and then I'll see.
Cool.
So we'll see. What else? What do you want to talk about today? That's my tech rant, I guess.
Well, let's see. I'm trying to see if we have any questions. Don't see. Y'all have questions, post them. Well.
Don't tell me that married life has like struck you dumb. We can't be having that now.
I'm just happy, and I don't need any business stuff. Yeah, that's funny, huh? Okay. Yeah. No, I've been. I've teamed up with a local company to do some websites for people. So they sell them, and my team does them. So I'm seeing how that goes to do local websites and stuff.
Well, I think that's a cool idea.
Yeah. So there's a little risk involved because what they do is they take a salesperson out and they pitch the site to somebody, and it's part of an entire marketing package that they're selling them. It's like a branding company. So they basically give them the website for free, and then they farm it out. So they it's a little bit of a risk because I have to create a mock-up before they sell it. That's the way they sell it. And they said they sell about 85% of them. And then, I get paid if the person likes it. So,
right.
So it's an interesting, I'm just trying to play around with it and see. Because I was thinking of doing this myself, but the thought of having to do all the marketing and go knocking on doors and everything and try to keep up with the business that I already have, I was like, So they called me as a referral. So I was like, hey.
That'll work. I don't see any, the downside is, like you say, that you're kind of putting it out there on spec. But if they really do have an 85% conversion rate, then you should be okay. What you do is you have to price it so that you're making up the money for the 15% that don't sell. You're making up the time that your team has invested.
Yeah.
So the 85% are really going to carry 100% of the mock-ups.
Right. Yeah. And, it'd be that way if I was doing it myself anyway. So.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's cool. I like to find ways to work collaboratively with people, and I think that that's one thing that I see more and more in the online world because it creates the strength of two people. Just like when we do the Peep show, we have the strength of two people. I had a question the other day that came in from somebody, and I thought, I should remember to bring this up in the Peep show. I'm trying to think what it is. I think, I know what it was. A client wrote in about something that she had sold online very successfully for a number of years in the past, for 3 or 4 years in the past. And she launched it again, and this time the sales are not as good as they have been, but substantially off. So she wrote and said, I'm having trouble with this, and I don't really understand what the trouble is because the email has a very high open. She's marketing through email. The email has a very high open rate. It was over, I think it was 65% or something like that of emails were open, which is a good open rate. And then, there's less people who actually click on the link to the shopping cart after they've read the email, and then I'm getting shopping cart abandonment from some of the people who click through to the shopping cart ready to make the buy. They don't complete the buy. They abandon them. You know, I know she knows this because she's an experienced businesswoman, and I know that she'll tweak it and test it and, you know, fix it up and make it fly. But, whoops, here's my phone. I have been getting these darn ads all day for weeks now. I'm on the do not call list, and it like makes no difference at all. There's this obnoxious man. Stop what you're doing, Ann, and it drives me crazy. I like to just reach through the phone and choke all those little sons of bitches. They drive me nuts. Pardon my French, but I'm a Southerner. I cuss. What can I say?
It is what it is, you know.
He's a son of a bitch. The guy who did that recording is a son of a bitch. It's obnoxious. So consider yourself called out, Mr. Man. So anyway, but there's three if you're going to market, if you're going to sell something through an email, then there's three pieces to selling things through an email. And Marnie, I'm sure you know this too, and so feel free to jump in. The first is you've got to have a very, very good title, because the title determines on people click and open your email based on two things. The first is, do they know you, like you, and trust you? And the second is the title, the subject line of your email. So if you're not getting good open rates, say either don't know you, don't like you, don't trust you, or your subject lines suck wind. So it's one of those two things. Now, once you've got it open, if they open it, the second thing is they've got to click on the call to action in the email, because that takes them over to the shopping cart. So if they're not if they're opening the email but they're not clicking through to the shopping cart, it's because, guess what? The copy in your email sucks wind. So now you've got to tweak your copy and make it stronger. And usually when I look at copy that has not performed well, it is because people are talking about features, not benefits. Would you agree, Marnie?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. And what else could it be, do you think, that people are not clicking on the call to action?
Well, sometimes it's because they're just busy. I don't, you know, they're like, I'll look at this later, and they file away. I think if you do really long copy in an email, people think, I'll look at that later. So I guess that goes back to the copy. So.
Right. So they click to open, and they see it's a long email, and they shove it till later, and they're like, no, I'm not going to deal with this right now. So now, if you've got them to open it and you've got them to click through to the shopping cart, then the third hurdle is you've got to get them to complete the sale, so that your shopping cart is not getting abandoned. So they're not clicking to the shopping cart and then sitting there going, well, I don't know if I want this or not. Well, if you're not getting calls, if you're not getting the sale completed and you're getting shopping cart abandonment, then it's either people are price resistant, or you have a very confusing call to action and people don't understand what they're supposed to do to complete the buy. And if they have price resistance, then that goes back to the fact that your copy sucks wind, because you should have sold them in the copy that this is worth every cent and that they have to have it right now and they're going to pull out their wallets and buy. So if they're abandoning the cart, then you've got something unclear in the way the shopping cart looks and is set up, or you've got price resistance, which is, you know, that it goes back to the copy in the email. So it takes three things to have a successful buy. You've got to have the email opened, you've got to have them click on the call to action, you've got to have them complete the sale on the shopping cart. And that's 3 hurdles to every single email sale you make. 3 hurdles. And I think sometimes people don't understand that.
Right. This girl you were talking to, the lady you were talking to, was she using one shopping cart by any chance?
Yes, I think she does.
Okay. Is it a residual purchase, something they buy
every month?
Yeah.
No, the one-time purchase.
Okay. I don't know. I've had an issue with PayPal lately and one shopping cart. They've changed something. And clients say, hey, why'd you take the PayPal option away? And I changed nothing. So I've got to investigate it. I just found out about it in the last, right before the wedding, and I just haven't had time to dig in. But especially on repeats, recurring orders, I had it set up to take PayPal, and now suddenly it's not. So I don't know whether they changed something with their API or not, but you might have her check that. That might be why they're abandoning the cart. See if the PayPal is still an option.
Yeah, so I guess an option that Marnie brings up that I didn't think about is some kind of a tech issue. And, that is true that that's a problem. And PayPal is also changing things. I have a PayPal business account and I want to do mass payments. More like when I pay out affiliates. If you do a mass payment, if you have a mass payment approval from PayPal as a business owner, then you don't pay the fees. The affiliates don't have to pay those fees, so they make more money. So you want to use that mass payment option. Holy cow. Mika has been working for 2 weeks with PayPal to get that approved. I have been on the phone with him 3 times today for 45 minutes holding on. I'm like, come on, you guys. I've been in business for over a decade. What the hell is the problem? Like, get it fixed already. They don't even have it as an option on their menu. So consequently, you call the dadgum PayPal number. You get an email. Please call me and let's fix this at PayPal. And you call and it's their number in some robo woman. And you say, I need help with mass payments. Oh, that's not an option. Their menu system is set up for consumers, not businesses. Well, hello. PayPal makes plenty of money off of me. They need to kind of step up their game a little bit. So I've not been happy with that. So they have changed things around. And I've wondered if it has to do with them rolling out PayPal Me.
I don't know.
Something in their system has changed, maybe?
Something seems to be changed. I'm going to have to check it out and see.
We could talk about PayPal Me. Have you saved up your name?
No, I'm not in the loop on that. I'm behind. What's PayPal Me?
Well, PayPal has set up this thing where you can send an instant payment to anyone, and you want to grab your name. So you go to PayPal .me, and you want to claim your name, because you do not want somebody on the internet claiming your name and going and getting a picture off your website and then putting it all over the internet saying, pay me, and it's going to them and not you. So
got a name that looks like somebody else's or something.
So you can reserve any name. So I could go in and reserve Marnie Marcus if you haven't already claimed it. And so I went ahead and PayPal. I probably will not use PayPal Me. It's for instant payments. But I went ahead and set it up for Sue Painter. Actually, you might could pull it up on the screen and show people. It's kind of cool because you get to put your picture and then you get some real estate to describe your business. So PayPal Me actually gives you an advertisement for your business. So that's kind of cool too. Yeah, we're running over already because we started 3 minutes late. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Marnie had wedding brain. She forgot about me and left me sitting here.
It's this having to cook dinner by a specific time every night. It's like I had to hurry up and go put my French bread in and fix my hair, and I just timed it wrong. So it's kind of
dinner. It's only 1:30. It's only 2:30. Why are you eating dinner?
Well, I got to get my French bread to rise.
Oh.
I got it for dinner tonight, and we have to eat earlier because Mackenzie has a ball game. So I was trying to get it all.
I see you're going to do the cook thing.
Yeah, I've been doing that. So it's like my poor boys, some nights I just say, how about we just make some mac and cheese? And they're like, sure, whatever,
Right.
But I'm trying to actually make real meals. So
you can tell Chris that it's his turn to cook every other night or something.
He can't cook. We'd be going out.
Yeah, if he gets hungry enough, my friend, he will cook.
He'll go out to eat is what he'll do. He'll just say, let's just go Chick-fil-A.
And you can ride along with him and y'all will both be happy. So, my goal in life is to have a house without a kitchen.
That's right. I forgot. You hate to cook. So.
That's right. Well, it's a waste of time. I'd rather be doing something else. At any rate, PayPal Me, you can go to PayPal and it will link, the main name of your account will be what your PayPal account is. So for me, for instance, it's a business account. The formal official name is HP Ventures, which is the name of our LLC, under which we have all of our businesses. But you can pick a name for the actual icon, the PayPal Me icon. And so you want to pick your name, Sue Painter or Marnie Marcus or whatever. And I would grab it. I would go ahead and grab your name. Not that you have a real common name, but still. And then that way, you'll have it. If you ever want to use it, you've got it. And, if your name is Bob Smith, it's probably already been taken. So
I should probably grab Marnie Pearson too, just in case.
If I were you, I would grab both of them.
Yeah.
If you're still kind of making that transition.
Huh. Okay.
So, so I guess we have to end, but we will see you again. I think we're doing a Peep show on Monday this next week. And then the following week, it will be on Thursday. So we're going to try to get it to where it's like either on Tuesday or on Thursday and the same time every week going forward so that we can set our calendar and everybody who watches the Peep show can set theirs. So, okay, Marnie, good luck with your French bread and all the rest of the stuff that goes with it. You're going to start doing dinners. I have to show up on your doorstep a time or two.
Yeah, come on.
I want to meet your honey anyway, so.
All right. Take care.
Take care. See you, everybody.